it's Detective Bad, but who is he with? I've never seen that officer before. So, did you find it? No, not yet, and I've looked everywhere. I see. Well then, please continue with the search. Understood. I'll continue the search. So you're the one running the show. Prosecutors like you shouldn't even be allowed at crime scenes. How dare you! Who do you think you are? What was that all about? And who was that man just now? Whoever he was, I've never seen a more impudent officer in my life. Does he even know that we're standing right here behind him? I know that you're standing right behind me. What do you want, kids? Looks like you were paying attention after all. Of course I was. I have eyes in the back of my head. So that mirror isn't for vanity's sake. It's for him to keep an eye out on who or what is behind him at all times. So tell me, Detective Bad, who was that rude man just now? The guy came here from the Republic of Zengfa to study. He's Agent 11. He's trying everything he can to revive the lost honor of his family. He's traveling with the Lord to study different philosophies of attainment from scratch. Visiting various police departments around the world. He has a lot of dedication. He still is a sort-looking cop. I sense a strong grudge of some sort for him. The guy is more useful than Gumshoe, even if he is rude. Well, he still has a lot of guts to come to this country and give prosecutors a hard time. I can think of one young lady that statement also applies to. What was that agent looking for, Detective Bad? Oh yeah, that little girl was poking around in lobby number 1 as well. Like I said before, it's got nothing to do to refute the two of you. I highly doubt it has nothing to do with me. If this is the game I must play, then I would take this opportunity. Draw out what he's been hiding and what happened in this room straight from him. Well, you were in lobby number 1 and now you're here in lobby number 2. You're quite a busy man, Detective Bad. Multiple returns to crimes and claims about success. That's what the detectives say. I see. In that case, you wouldn't mind if I asked about what happened again, correct? I don't have anything to say to you, boy. Boy, you'll see. I will draw my answer from you one way or another. Would it kill you to help us even a tiny bit in our investigation? To the judge early. That's help enough, don't you think? Please, we are asking for just a bit more of your cooperation. Don't push me, kid. Detective Bad, did you know of the existence of the item in this photograph? Of course I did. It's my job to know everything related to the Yatagashiro case. In that case, let me ask you something. Did you know that the knife that killed Mr. Fode and Mr. Yatagashiro's key are one and the same? What? That's impossible! It looks like he didn't know after all. This piece of evidence, which we call the Yatagashiro's key, is actually a well-camouflaged knife. Mr. Fode was planning to use this Yatagashiro's key to prove that Mr. Rowe was not the real Yatagashiro. Isn't that correct? I guess so. However, Mr. Faraday had no idea that it was in fact a knife. I have to admit that neither one of us knew that fact. And if neither one of us knew, then no one in law enforcement knew either. How did we miss something as big as this? I noticed that since a little while ago, you appear to be searching for something. I presume that this key is what you were searching for? Yeah, that's right. And why were you searching for it? because I promised Faraday. I promised that I'd protect that key with my life. But after he was killed, the key disappeared from Faraday's evidence bag. Who would have thought the key was what took Faraday's life? Check the bag, so that we may find the truth. Please testify for me once more. Alright. But it doesn't matter how many times I tell you about what happened. Nothing will change. Check the bag. I ask that you please testify once more about what happened in lobby number 2 and what you experienced in lobby number 1. My answer is still the same. And this is the last time I'm going to do this. That's fine, because I only need this one last time to clear everything up. Find the truth behind this case. I was in lobby number 1, talking with Ryu. We were talking about some trivial things. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene. When we held it, you and I immediately dashed down into the hallway together. I saw the gunshots goofing around there, and then we all ran into lobby number 2. Sounds like the exact same story he told us before. Indeed, however, I feel that we have yet to draw out all the information that we can. I was in lobby number 1 talking with Ryu. We were talking about some trivial things.
Hold it!
I was hoping you could expand on what exactly you were discussing with Miss Yu. Trivial stuff, but there was nothing important. It's for me to decide. Alright, I suppose that's for him to decide. Moving on then. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene.
Hold it!
Until you heard the gunshot, did you notice anything else that was out of the ordinary? I didn't hear any other strange sounds until I got the gunshot. That's how Detective Badheart was really the one from the murder. That would give that evidence an entirely different meaning. I ask that you please amend your testimony with that statement just now. So... I didn't hear any of the strange sounds until that gunshot.
Objection!
Detective Bad, does this balloon fragment remind you of anything? It's the same color as the one Kayla's holding. Oh, so you knew about that girl's balloon? Duh. I was sitting with her up in the gallery. During the recess, just before we split up, I followed that balloon up for her. Well, as you may already surprise, this piece did indeed come from Kay's balloon. So, what about the balloon? I wonder if you might remember hearing this balloon pop at some point. What are you getting at? This fragment was found in the hallway right in front of lobby number 2. Furthermore, there was the sound of this balloon popping that the judge mistook as a gunshot. Or the sound that the judge heard was not actually a gunshot, huh? On top of that, His Honor said that he heard the balloon pop. But 20 minutes before the trial was to reconvene. This means that His Honor heard the balloon pop in the hallway. When you were in lobby number 1, Detective Bad, if you were in lobby number 1 at that time, you were close enough that you should have heard the balloon popping as well. So? Don't give me a so! We just proved that there was a flaw in your testimony! The crackling of the truth is louder than the sound of your sweet naivety clacking. And since you kids don't seem to know, let me fill you in on something. Did you ever stop to think why the doors and walls of this place seem so rugged? It's because they were designed to keep secrets from being leaked. Hold it! What is that supposed to mean? The doors and the walls are super thick. The window panes are double-layered. To top it all off, even the curtains are made of a special sound-absorbing material. Then you mean... Since I was set up inside lobby number 1, there was no way I could have heard that sound. No! I knew that's what he was going to say. And that means that scruffy-faced testimony is completely useless! The rooms are soundproof, then of course he wouldn't hear any sign of a struggle. That's also though, it's only natural that I didn't hear the balloon popping. Oh, you get it, kids? Miles, I thought we were supposed to be the ones finding flaws in his logic. Not the other way around. The other way around? It's not possible to hear the sound of a balloon popping if one were in lobby number 1. However, if we examine the situation in reverse, a person standing in the hallway should not be able to hear the real gunshot either. And yet Detective Gumshoe claims to have heard it while he was standing in the hallway. Detective Bad, if that is the case, how exactly did you hear the gunshot? What do you mean, how? I just did. It would appear that you have yet to realize the contradiction in your own words. Oh, how so? If the rooms are as soundproof as you say they are, then how did the sound of the gunshot enter your ears? I see what you mean. I guess I'm more out of it from Faraday's murder than I had thought. Which means what exactly, Miles? In the end, what does it all boil down to? It boils down to this. There must be a reason as to how the detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard a gunshot that they theoretically couldn't hear. Looks like we need to examine the state of the crime scene again, huh? State of the crime scene. Wait, can it be? It's that ultra-strong perfume you wears. She spilled some of it. And way too noisy. The surveillance video. How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go? It's simply not possible for the killer to have escaped through by our windows. And yet the fragrance of the perfume managed to escape from defendant lobby number 1. Of course, incorporeal things can move freely through these open, barred windows. What else besides a small owl can go in both in and out of an open, barred window? The answer is sound. So no matter how careful the killer was, if the windows were open, the jig would be up. And since the window in both defendant lobby number 1 and the hallway were open, that explains how the sound of a gunshot could be heard in both locations. Missing piece of evidence is a video that shows the moment in which Mr. Whale killed the embassy staff member. The sound of the gunshot left quite an impression on me when it was played during the trial. The video should have been returned to Mr. Faraday's evidence bag for the recess and brought back here. If it disappeared after that time, then it's possible that the tape is still here in this room. Eureka! The evidence that the missing evidence created for me is the gunshot sound that no one should have been able to hear in the first place. Miles, What have you been thinking about? Stop wasting time thinking and let's start looking again. It's not a waste of time to think, for I have figured out where we should look. And where would that be? I believe we should examine the television. The TV? Well, you kids have fun. Go ahead and examine whatever you like. It's a video player, and there seems to be a videotape inside. It looks like it. The tape must have been stopped on its own when it reached the end. This tape could not be the missing surveillance tape? I suppose, but Detective Bad, would it be alright with you if I verify the contents of this video? Stop. Knock yourself out. Alright then, let's rewind this and see what we have. If I remember correctly, the footage of Rel killing the LBC staff member said to be at about the 30-minute mark from the start of the tape. Understood. This should be about right. Now then, let's see. This is the footage of Mr. Rel shooting the embassy staff member! I knew it. The missing piece of evidence. The surveillance video was here all along. So, what's the meaning of this? It appears that Detective Ben has figured out the true source of the gunshot he heard. With this, I think we can figure out the trick behind this double murder. Do you mean that you figured it all out then? Yes. All I have to do now is show what the gunshot Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was, and through where they heard it from. Fine. In that case, show me what you've deduced. Let's show what the gunshot Detective Bad and Gumshoe heard was, and through where they heard it from. Is this gun somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Eureka! If the door and windows to the crime scene, namely this room that we're in, were closed, the killer could have used the gun and no one would have been the wiser. That's true. This courthouse does seem to be well designed for such a thing, as it were. Oh, what happened in reality was Detective Gumshoe, Detective Bed, and Miss Yu. All three of them heard the gunshot. Oh, the windows in lobbies number 1 and 2 and the hallway were open, so naturally the people in those locations could hear it. But then why would the criminal open the window in the first place? To allow the gunshot to be heard, I suppose. Correct. That's the only logical conclusion we can draw from this. Why was that necessary in the first place? I want a real answer, Miles. I demand satisfaction. Very well. I believe that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of a certain fact. What was it that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of? The killer wanted to fabricate the time of death to their precise wishes. And they used the gunshot in the surveillance video to do so. So, that's why the tape was left running? You mean the gunshot I heard was from this video? Yes, which means that the murders really occurred at an earlier time than we thought. It must have been during the recess, but before Detective Gumshoe was on guard duty. Someone who has no alibi for that time period. And planned this crime out in advance. That person is the real killer. Mr. Edgeworth! Yes, what is it? Miss Yu is asking for you. She's in the courtroom. She says that she's identified the murderer, but that she wants to clarify something. It looks like Miss Yu is still investigating something. Understood. Please tell her that I will be right over. I'll come along. I want to hear what she has to say. It would appear that the time has come to uncover the truth.